Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Sky 35. Tonight we're going to be going over a card show I went to last weekend while I was on vacation in Virginia. That's why it's been a week before I can get it out to you. So let's take a look and see what I got. Before we can take a look and see what I got, first I wanted to talk a little bit about the card show. It was called the CSA Chantily Card Show in Dulles Expo Center. A lot of names and places thrown in there. Pretty good setup. Kind of a mini nationals. Nice setup. It was pretty good size. It wasn't huge, but they had quite a few people there signing. So it had the same feel. Didn't just have a lot of the huge vendors you have at the national. So it's kind of just dealers, not a lot of the huge guys. I think I did see Steel City there, but they were about the only one, and it was a smaller company there selling boxes that I've never seen online or anywhere. I guess I don't know where they're from, but other than that, JSA was there doing live autograph memorabilia, authentication, and they weren't hidden behind curtains or anything. They were out on the floor. Why you could see the people while they were doing it, and that was pretty neat that they did that. I don't think they did that at the national. I think it was all behind curtains, and this time they were. I wish I had my video camera. I did have my phone, and I didn't think about it till after I left, and I was like, oh, I should have videoed that because I thought that was pretty cool. And it was kind of an old school though type of show. It wasn't a lot of graded cards. It was more a lot of older vintage raw. And when dealing with that, you were dealing with guys that were talking about book value, and the cards were mint. So it's whoever they thought was mint, and they we're selling book prices. A lot of them were coming down off of that, of course, but you had a few that just would not come down, and I had to deal with that too, and left them sitting there. I wish I would have won a second day, but I just couldn't. Spent Sunday with my mother, and so I got what I got and did what I did. It just didn't have a lot of places to sit down, so I was on my feet the whole day from 10:30 to 2:30, 3 o'clock. Me and my dad. My dad's 73, but he don't slow down. He would have stood, probably kept going a lot longer than I could. But I started getting the sore back and shoulders, and I was ready to go. And so that was, we left there. And a couple of other things was they had just quite a few of the vendors just had their stuff just thrown out there, not organized. And then you had a guy that had a perfect box, had everything organized. But when I went to go get the stack of cards I got, he's over there breaking a case, and he's the only one that knew anything about the cards, and he wasn't even paying attention, care less that I was there getting cards. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And another guy I bought a stack of autos from, his kid had to call him back to the table. I had no idea where he was at, and he was the only one who knew what was going on. So kind of rubbed me wrong. I was just like, what the heck is going on? But that being said, it was a very good show. I'll definitely go back again. And it looks like it's just getting bigger and bigger. A lot bigger than it was last year when I went to the fall show. So I really don't have anything other than those couple of little nitpicking things of it being what was wrong with it. You know, just courtesy basically. If you know, being if you're going to sell, be there. So with that being said, now we can take a look and see what I got. All right, like I said, I'm going to show you some pickups that I got from the card show last weekend. And sorry I got a different setup. I got stuff kind of laying everywhere after coming back from vacation. First pickups was I'm going to show you. It's not in order of how I picked them up, but first this guy had a slew of boxes of newer cards set up really nice, like I seen in the preview. There was definitely different ways people set up, and this was one of the nicer ones. He had it all laid out, labeled real nice. I looked through the inserts. He had these colored dots on the back, and the dots meant different colors, which for him was kind of smart, because if you found like so many of one, you got it at a cheaper price. So I kind of dug around trying to get as many of one color. Then I found another one I really liked. So it kind of worked better for him. So I got this Inception, Jacob deGrom, the green. Let's see, that is not numbered, just an insert. And what I did was I went right to the inserts. Some of these blue chippers. And of course I got a lot of Mets. Ahmad Rosario, and I'm just going to put a couple up there. Then after that, Brandon Nemo, then the Topps Finest, Jacob deGrom. That one is numbered to 150, and I think I got all these for like less than $20. Ahmad Rosario, the Topps Heritage Refractor, Brandon Nemo, and I didn't even realize I picked two of those up, which I'm not mad at. Syndergaard, purple refractor. Wilson Ramos, purple refractor. Ahmad Rosario, purple refractor. Another Brandon Nemo, purple refractor. Hopefully next year, sorry I hit the camera, he'll bounce back. And also some couple of non-Mets that I picked up in there was Juan Soto blue chipper and a Justin Verlander purple. Like I said, I think I got all those for less than $20. Also, when I go to that show, I really like to go there for the fact I'm going to move my camera a little bit so I have to fall off the table now that I hit it. It's being in Northern Virginia. I found a lot of Virginia players, and actually I found boxes of already players from Virginia. So I got some of these. Again, I think I got 6 cards for about $20. Mike Poppy, and I tried to get them in there. I wanted to get them in their Virginia uniform. Pavin Smith, Adam Hazley. Some of these you recognize their names. These was Philadelphia. I forget who Pavin Smith is with. Jarrett Parker, I think he's with the A's, if I remember correctly. Joe McCarthy, I think he's with the Rays. And Nathan Kirby, I want to say he's with the Brewers organization. So, some Virginia autos. As you can see, I'm really working on my PCs. And next up for the PCs, let me see, let me take this out of this bag. Bag doesn't look too well, I'm going to rebag it. He just gave me a bag for the trip. He put the price tag right on the, I have to clean that up in a minute, but I didn't like it where it was sitting. I got a good deal on this. Tony Perez, near mint 71 worked, and out of that whole place, only saw a handful of PSA graded 71s. I talked a little bit about that before. and this was the only 7 I found the whole day. Now, as the day wore on, I didn't dig that hard, but I just didn't see any. I picked up a couple of Mets to fill in, a couple of raw cards. I won't looking for the best, just trying to get the Mets Topps full team set. And these, as you see, are way off centered, but they're nice and clear. This one even looked like it was trimmed. So I would never send these in to get graded or anything. But just to fill spots, and these, I mean, like this guy had book price $60, sold it for 14. I keep hitting my camera, guys. Sorry. I'm not used to my new setup, my different setup here in this Tom Seaver 6. I know these are kind of pricey. I got both of them for 20. Try to get him down a little bit. He wouldn't come off of it, but I was happy with those prices. But you always got to ask, right? This next one, I tried to get a couple more cards, but he just would not come off of prices. Drastically overpriced his cards. This Franco out of 25. It is autoed. It's kind of hard to see. It's a Topps Archives, blue ink on it. It shows up a little bit, but in the right light. And that was number 25. And I love those 80s Mets, man. And then my man David Wright. I just picked this up. I think I showed it a couple weeks ago. I actually just picked this up raw, but I got a autograph version, 8.5 card, 10 on the auto. And I don't have but I think 2 Beckett graded cards, this one and a Ken Griffey Jr. So, but happy to have that in my PC. Next is going to be some more Mets cards. This guy had them in a box. He had them priced, and then he gave me like $5 off at the end. I think I paid less than $50 for all of these, if I remember correctly. So David Wright, auto. Another John Franco. This one you can see a lot better. And that one is numbered to 50. Keith Hernandez. I really like this one. Really jumps out at you. That blue metallic, nice and shiny, numbered to 75. And then Conforto. He had on there a rookie card, and I don't see the RC on there. I didn't want to fight with him, but the price, he gave it to me at the right price, so I wasn't going to argue. I have to look that up. I'm almost going to say it's probably a prospect card. It says it's got a P on the back right there, so it's going to be a prospect card, not a rookie card. I get in some arguments with some not arguments, but gentle disagreements with people about when they want to label stuff as a rookie when it's a prospect card. And then the last thing, when I go to Northern Virginia show, this is where I pick up my hockey stuff. You can find quite a bit of the the Capital stuff there. You can find a lot of national stuff too. And you get a really good price for them. I got 4 autos. Picked them up for right around $50. First was John Carlson, and he is, I don't know what he did tonight. I didn't watch the game. I want to watch the game. I think it's about to come on. This was number 49, but he's leading the league in points right now. And I got these really, really cheap. This is one of those see-throughs. I really like those. I don't think this one is numbered. This is the 3rd one on a piece of clothing, 35. I don't think it's game worn. I think it's just player worn. It's an Upper Deck. Upper Deck really does a good job with these autos. They just need to come out with more higher end product for hockey, I think. Where This is the SP Jacob Vrana. I hope I said that right. 2018 Stanley Cup. I try to find the stuff with Stanley Cup stuff signatures on it. And I can't remember. I thought this was numbered, but it's not. And he had 2 of them, and the other one just had a signature. He said this is the only one he's ever seen where it says 2018 Stanley Cup. And I mean, he gave, I think it was $5 more for it with the Stanley Cup. But I really enjoyed that. And then last but not least, that's it for the card show. And while I was in Virginia, I stopped by my local bookstore just to walk around. I like books. I'm a nerd like that. And I just happened to, hopefully I can get this all on there. It's Ron Darling, Game 7, 1986. Failed and triumphed in the biggest game of my life. And as you see, it's a signed edition. And he did sign it right there. So this was the last copy they had. And I picked that up. I was happy to get it. I love autographs. I love the Mets. Fits my PC. Really love it. I just don't know how I'm going to display it. I'm not really worried about showing off the autograph, but it's really neat. So that is it for my show. I should be back with you here in a few days with a something. I think a sub box is what I'm going to have. I'm not sure. But anyway, until next time, give me those likes, subs, dislikes. Let me know what you feel down in the comments below. Till next time, see ya.